Hi Rajkumar,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. So, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Rajkumar, tell me about yourself and only your roles and responsibilities on your recent projects.
Okay. So talking about me, I have a total experience of nearly 2 years and 9 months. So till now, I have worked in two companies. First company was Q and Protect. There I mainly worked as one full stack developer. I worked in the with React in the front end side. And in the back end, I worked with Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB as the database. I also got a chance to explore Ethereum blockchain as blockchain was included in that project. And I also got a chance to implement ELK into the system. So my major responsibility there was to develop new features and also means fix the issues which are coming on the prod. Coming to my present company, that is Badai, I have been working here for nearly 1 year now. So I have mainly worked here as a full-time backend developer. I work with Node.js, Express.js, MySQL is the database here. We also have Kafka implemented into the system for the upsell model between different microservices. We also have ELK in the system mainly for logging and debugging. In my current project, my responsibility is mainly to maintain the ongoing project and also develop new features as and when there is a request. So this is the current overall intro.
Okay, fair enough. So, we have worked on both like front end and back end as well.
Yes.
So, how much you will rate yourself for my skill out of 10?
MySQL, I will rate somewhere around 6 out of 10.
Okay, in Node.js,
Node.js somewhere around 8 out of 10.
React,
React, since I haven't practiced much, so 5 out of 10. It is not my main language right now.
and in JavaScript.
JavaScript like 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, assume that uh, you have to write one function. You can use any editor you want. Input will be one object and output will be like it is the addition, basically addition of data. So that object will contain two values. Create one dummy object like input object. It will have data. Data will be another object, and second entry for obj is value. Let's say value will be 5. Now inside data, there will be one more object as data. Yeah. And value will be second entry for data object, that is value. It will be like 10. And this can be of nth level. Like there can be one more object inside that data. So
Okay.
I your function will return the addition of all the values.
Addition of all the values which
Yes.
are.
So are you
So
getting
the
the format of data? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And the students, the thing which is coming in our mind right now, saying this is recursion.
Mhm.
With the help of recursion, I will be able to solve it better actually. Uh, should I proceed?
Yes, yes, sure.
Yes. What will be the final point here? Like when suppose this is the last point, like this, then what will be the final point here?
Data will not be there.
Means data will be there, but empty object like this.
Consider it is as a null.
Okay, means suppose this is the final one, then it will be simply null.
Yes,
Obviously,
yes, right.
so no value at that place.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So I will initially I can have to just structure it and then have to use the value data will be this part, the data and the value. So what happens that if not data, then return zero. Yes, data value plus test of data inside data dot data. So can I try testing it?
Yes,
That
yes,
is what.
sure, sure.
Okay, this is the data. This is the value. So we will send it plus test of data. This is the data. So I got this data. This data, this value is there. The data will, this data will be part. This data will consist of these two. So I think this is working. So I try to test it actually. So try.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Cool. Yeah. So tell me, what will be the time complexity for this,
Time complexity will be means the depth. If the depth is n, so order of n.
and space complexity?
Space complexity will be order of one constant.
Okay, cool. So, what do you know about ES6?
ES6. Actually, ES6 is the upgraded version. It was made in 2015. It was a major change from ES5 and the syntax, new promise concepts. Actually, syntactic sugars, those all were released. Few of the new data types were released. Also, the value declaration like the let const, these were also released. So yeah, these are the major changes, and actually there are too many, but yeah, I mean, these are the ones which we use generally.
Okay, so we also got the methods to iterate over the array. Like we have
Yes,
different methods for each map, filter, reduce. So can you
yes.
explain about them? What is the purpose of each method?
For each.
Yes. What
Okay,
is
so
the purpose of each? Like what is the purpose of for each? What is the purpose of map?
for each, it is generally used to iterate through all the elements of the array. It will just be a iteration, nothing will be returned. So that is for each, and also we will not be able to use the promise await parts if we have. So that is what happens in for each. In map, what happens that a new array is returned based on the operations which will perform in the callback of the map function. So in each and every iteration, a value will be returned. So we can decide like what will be that value. There is something called as filter, which is which is like very similar to map. Just the thing is that it will return only if the callback function if if there is a true return from the callback function, then only the value will be returned filter, and where there is false, that value will be skipped. Whereas in map, that option is not there. So for skipping any values, when we are returning the array, we will use filter. Going ahead, there are for of. So for of is used to iterate through the array, and we will have to iterate through each and every element, and we can also use promises with for of. There is one more like foreign. Foreign is mainly used to iterate through objects. We will be able to iterate through each and every key values in the foreign. Also, in the for of, we are generally miss this index, but if we are using the property of object like object dot entries and then the array inside it, then we will have index as well in the variable which we are storing. Like we can declare two variables, so in the array format, and they will first one will be index, second one will be the value. So that way, for of will work with the index part as well. Yeah. So there are more like reduce and all. So with reduce, we can
Yeah, fair
operate.
enough. Okay, so uh, what I was about to ask. I had one question for you.
Yeah,
What was it? Yeah, right. Have you used the arrow functions?
yeah, I will.
So we have the normal functions as well, like, and we have the arrow functions, right?
Yeah.
So can I do that before the declaring the arrow function? Can I call that function?
No, means those the arrow functions. Those are mainly function expressions. Or actually the normal functions, those are function statements,
Mhm.
and they are hoisted, but these arrow functions, they are just expressions, they are not hoisted. That's why we can't use it before that.
Okay, fair enough. So what is meant by hoisting?
Hoisting, what happens that in JavaScript, whenever a code is run, that is the main file is run. So initially there is a creation phase, and then there is an execution phase. So the concept of hoisting lies in the creation phase, that the variables which are declared with var, let or const, whatever be the type. So all of them are hoisted, and the function statements are hoisted. So what happens in hoisting is that the variables, they will be given just this undefined value and nothing more. And means in the creation phase, what happens that the value which is there, the real value, those will be assigned one after another, as means according to the flow of the code. So the let and cons, they are also hoisted, but they will be in the temporal dead zone. So it will behave like the values are not hoisted, but they are hoisted. And where we will get undefined if we try to access before the function, if we try to access before, it will refer to that particular address, so we will be able to execute that also. But if a means state means if a expression is there with an arrow function, so that will not be hosted, so we will be failing to use it before.
Yeah, nice, fair enough. Okay, so which kind of inheritance is there in JavaScript?
It is mainly prototypal inheritance, and one after the other prototypes are inherited. Means the base one is, of course, the global object. And from that, whenever we create a new object with object.create, new inheritance of that object which was declared here, that will be passed in the prototype, and the base of that object which is there, it will always be the global object. So that is the portable inheritance which we follow, and the new classes which we are creating, it is following the same inheritance.
Okay, so okay, the function has written like test is pretty nice. So what I want to do is I want to like do like the, assume that if we have the array, then what we do, like arr dot map, and then we get each and every element inside that map, right?
Yes.
So can you just demonstrate that for me?
Array
Take
dot
any,
map.
yeah, take any random values in the array and just console log the elements.
Like let arr equal to. Okay. So this is the array,
Yeah,
and I just need to console this
using
all
map
that
method.
using that.
Yeah.
So okay, directly with map also I can, but it will return it actually. So it will be console only. So, yeah. What is that? Let us have element only. I will try to run it once. Then I will, if there is any issue, I will try to improve that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, this is working fine.
Yeah. So now what I want as a output is I want to multiply each number by 2. But you have to write your own map method, like write it as map 2.
Map to, I
Yeah.
need to create a method
Yeah.
with
But
the
you
partial.
should you should be able to call this in the same manner as you're calling the map on the error. So like next console log statement will be arr dot map to and same ELE returning the same element. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, means I have got the gist. Means you are trying to use something like this map to,
Yeah.
it will be simply a function, and this will access the array. So what will happen in this function is that this function I will simply means multiply by 2, you said.
Yes, yes, yes.
It should console it.
Yeah.
Uh, something like this should work, but yeah, I will try. Let's see like what it is. Array dot map to actually each and every statement will return.
Some things are missing in your code.
Yes. Writing the polyfill is a little difficult for this. So like this should work. And that's so since I'm not taking the argument part, so simply return me that. I think we'll try to execute it then.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
There are some of the issues. So we have to
No,
off.
you have to write that method in similar fashion as map is working. So right now your map 2 is not accepting any callback as a parameter.
Okay, in the same manner. This will be a little bit difficult actually. Talking about the same manner.
You have already done the half of the things.
Hmm. Okay. How it should be that is the function and it was that the each and every element they can be passed but have to iterate first then they will be passed actually. Mm. So each and every element will be there. Mm. Writing the same expression It should work. Function is being called. Like call and bind, those also can be used, and array will be passed after this. Those can also be used.
but no need to.
Okay. Uh, how this should work? Actually, I'm missing this part. Like, how will I give the arguments here, and how will they revert? Actually, so
So
bracket
do you know
I,
the concept of this?
this, yeah, I know about this.
So first thing what you can do, just try to console log the element first. It is fine the way it is, but can
Hmm.
you print the each and every element in that map to function itself?
So it's with this dot. Do that only.
So are you sure it is going to be like this?
Uh,
You
the
can you
this
can try to run, no problem.
okay. The this will contain the entire object actually.
Entire object means what?
This array will be
Then
this only directly. I think so. This,
okay.
but I'm little bit confused in this, so I'm trying to run it now. Like it is working. I'm getting the same array.
What is
Same.
the error?
This is the error. New function, something like that is was used. So I'm getting the syntax somewhere.
So can you just read what it is saying?
The concept provided map to undefined. That is what is
So
coming.
what is undefined here?
The prototype array dot prototype is undefined.
Then what you should update there?
Underscore proto, something like that was there.
It is recommended to use underscore proto.
I'm not sure about this part actually.
Okay, so let me give a hint. This will work if it works then. I don't think so it is going to work, but if this will work, let's assume that it is going to work, that you can call the map to method on ARR. But if
Hmm.
you create a new array with ARR2,
Hmm.
then you will not be able to call the map to on that array.
Yes.
So it should be like map function only. So you can use that on any kind of array. Are you getting my point? So where
Uh,
you should be attaching this method on this array
and
variable or on its class.
its class actually should be used. The object one.
So
So
ARR
yeah.
array
Like
dot no capital, the main class, yeah,
array dot
dot prototype equal to that your new whatever. There is no need of new actually in.
directly function declaration.
So you now what you are doing, you are just overriding the whole prototype object of
Yes.
array class.
Yeah, that is actually not correct. If I give a object, then only it will work. If I give something like this object dot
Wait,
create,
wait, wait,
then
wait, wait. No need. Just replace ARR with array.prototype on line number 26.
array dot prototype dot one.
Remove that. And also there is no need of new keyword in front of function.
Yes. Means that is what I remembered earlier when I was practicing this.
Mhm.
That time I didn't use. So with the help of this, but the same syntax like element into two.
That is
Yeah.
fine. We will see that later.
Okay.
At least now see if you are getting your elements or not.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So now only one thing is pending, and I'll leave it up to you.
So
So tell me,
now,
what do you know about the callback functions?
yeah, callback means we can use it with any function or any place. Whatever is that the function execution is done, and the callback will be called based on the results received there. We can execute it in a later phase. Callback can be synchronous as well as asynchronous, both. That is
So
what.
can you use callback function here?
Yeah, that can also be used.
So how will you do that?
If I use CV like this,
Mm-hmm.
callback is being passed. So what will happen there? This is not even correct. Wait. Hmm. Somewhere here. Yeah.
So there is any need to pass that function into the array?
That is where
You
I'm.
can directly call that function, right?
Yes. Means inside this function, here you are saying directly I can
No,
call.
no, no. Inside the your for loop,
Hmm.
just directly call that function. I'm not interested in your result array,
So you are saying here like
and
this.
here you will pass element multiply by 2.
Yes. Like this. Right, right.
Yeah. Now remove that console log from there.
So at this stage, this is fine. Everything is fine. Uh,
Now I want to see the elements.
you want to see the elements.
Yeah.
So callback, since it is a function only, so I can give a function here directly
Two.
to callback. Means the here in the elements I can give a function.
Right. You can. Yeah. You can go ahead. What you will write in that function?
Since the function, actually the element should only be there in the column. The word will start something like this. So the complete means the callback will only have this EL, which is passed here, and it will perform this EL into 2
Mm-hmm.
and return. Means this will be the main function execution.
Okay. You can run this.
It is giving empty array actually because I haven't pushed anything. So should I try to push this? It's executing now.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough. So now, what do you know about the event loop?
Event loop. So in Node.js, whatever code we are writing, it goes through event loop. If it is an asynchronous process, there is a main top level code which will execute first, and all the means asynchronous processes and the set timeout, set unit, all of them are registered in the event loop. They will wait in the event loop and they will get pushed according to the priority in the event loop. So event loop has certain phases like set timeout, process.net, next step, set immediate, then the handling of any promises. These are all executed in the order in which they come, and also based on the priority which is there in the event loop. As set timeout and set immediate, if they are at the same place, so set immediate will take priority over set timeout. Means as soon as they are executed and their promises are resolved, so what happens that they will come to the macro task queue, and they will wait there to be taken to the main call stack, or the place where the main top level code executes. So as soon as the main call stack is empty, so they will get pushed into the main call stack, and they will start showing the results. So this will be a stage like when we enter google.com. So what happens that the request has gone, and the result when it comes, this is the stage where it will start showing the result.
Okay, so assume that in your file you have one global console log. After that, you have set timeout with timer at 0 in milliseconds, and
Yes.
consoling the set timeout first. And in global console log, just global console. After that, you have promises resolving, and it is also printing like inside promise as a console log.
Okay.
So, what will be the sequence of console logs?
So the console which was there like global console that will print initially because it is a top level code. After that, they will go inside the event loop. The promises they will execute first. If actually the order in which set timeout and the promises will execute, they will be independent because they are not inside a single event loop. They are having their own stacks, so they will execute independently, and anyone can swap early or later.
Are you sure about this?
Since set timeout is 0, so after global console, set timeout will show first, then the promises will start showing.
So, are you sure about this?
Yes.
So, I would like to try this. You can just write the console logs. First one
Okay.
will be the global
Okay, only so.
only console log. Yeah.
After this, the set timeout.
Yes.
The willing to get the timeout as 0 and if it is the case, and after that, any promise.
Yeah. Promise. Directly promise dot resolve. You can use. No need to write async.
Promise dot
Yeah.
resolve. I'm not very
Promise.
sure what the.
Yeah. Right. I'm telling you. Dot resolve. That will take one callback function. Oh, sorry. Just pass any argument to it, like
Like,
empty string or inside promise string. Remove
yeah,
that parenthesis. Just write empty string. I mean, inside promises.
inside promises.
Yeah.
Where? This one, no.
Yes. Yes.
The
Yes. Yeah. Right. Write directly now as a string. Inside promises. Yeah.
like this.
No. Inside promises. String means I'm telling you what you have to pass.
Hmm.
Inside promise. And yeah, dot then. Write dot then to it. It will receive one callback function with one parameter. Just console log that parameter. Yeah. So what will be the sequence?
The sequence will be first one will be global console, and after that, since the timer is 0,
And if
it
I
should
change the timer from 0 to 1000 millisecond,
then also a variable will means since they are independent of the order, means anyone can take priority here, and the other one will show later.
so you are saying that sometimes promise we may
Yes,
see the inside promise console log before the set timer.
Yes, we can see.
So order is not fixed.
Yes, between these two, the order will not be fixed.
Okay, are you sure about this?
Yes.
Yeah, you can try to run it. Now you can pass whatever milliseconds you want. Can you tell me why?
Means it took some time, its own time, and it was in the event loop for that time. After that, it is printing one, so that's why it is taking
But
some.
when you're making it as a zero, still you're seeing the promise inside promise first.
Yeah,
Any
because this is not means this is going inside event loop, but it is not waiting for any timer and set time. But yeah, this would execute in different steps. So the priority actually, if it is in a same event loop, so this one will have priority over set timer. But here I don't know why this going,
it
but
is it
because
is in same event loop, right? What is making it like different?
the same event loop, this would be in a same
Okay, so there
container.
is one
Yeah.
more queue called as priority queue, and which has the highest priority than
Hmm.
the callback queue.
Okay.
So all the callback functions from the timers are sit in the callback queue, and all the callback functions from the promises sit in the priority queue. And priority queue has the highest priority than the callback queue. That is why you will always see that promises are executing first.
Okay.
Okay,
Understood.
fine, no problem. So what is like this can be we can be late for this question, but what is Node.js?
Node.js, yeah, means Node.js is mainly a asynchronous based JavaScript framework, which is hosted in JavaScript. Actually, Google's create engine. It is also working with support of libuv library. So this JavaScript weight engine and libuv library, they have made it possible to run JavaScript based servers independently on any server where we want. So that is what is Node.js. It is a asynchronous nature by default. We generally prefer non-blocking code in Node.js and very good for I/O operations.
Okay, and what is event emitter in
Yeah.
Node.js?
Event emitters, what was that in the event, actually there is a class particularly designed for this event. So there is an event emitter and other one is observer. So as soon as there is an event emitted on any named event, so there will be an observer sitting on that named event. So it will receive the that event which has been bubbled out, and based on that event it will perform a different set of actions. A PubSub model means sort of thing is here. Also, some data can be passed out through the emitter and received by the observer as well.
Okay, fair enough. So do you write any blogs,
Blocks.
any technical blogs or any kind of blog?
Right now, I have not written, but yeah, it's I like to write.
Okay, and have you done any open source contribution?
Open source, not much here.
But little bit.
Yeah, means in college time I have done some, but not much.
Okay, okay. Do you attend any online webinars or
Yeah, means I
meetups?
have attend online webinars and I have given few sessions as well.
Okay, in your organization or in,
Outside, actually in the JavaScript community, the meetup there.
okay, okay. That's all from my side. Do you have any question for me?
Yeah, means a little bit about the roles and responsibilities which will be there in
Okay, so maybe HR can tell you more about this.
the
Yeah. It's depend upon which project you are going to be
understood.
and your experience also.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fine.
okay, fine. It was really nice talking to you.
Same here.
Yeah, our HR will get back to you.
Sure.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.